So, very interesting day on the charts today. We'll start off with news. So today we only had one red folder. It was unemployment at 8:30. No Trump speech or anything later in the day. And we had ourselves quite an underwhelming New York session. So I'll go over this move first. So right at market open, we had kind of the same gig as yesterday of having that huge move right around 9 a.m. So if we go from the bottom of that 9 a.m. candle to top, it was about 100 points, like pretty much right on the dot, 100 points pretty much to the upside, which took out a lot of draws of liquidity. Not a lot of them, but it just took out the London session high, which I was fine with. Both indexes did the same thing, so we didn't really have an SMT. It was both indexes going up there and taking it out. It looks like ES was definitely higher, or no, we did actually have a bearish SMT. Oops, did not see that. So we had a bearish SMT with previous day highs. Or maybe actually we didn't. Sorry, I'm tripping out here. We did not. So we took it out either way. So really lame start. 100 points to the upside. I'm like, okay, we can still look for shorts. We have a decent amount of draws of liquidity to the downside. We have London session lows. And then actually stacked on these hourly lows way down here, which I wasn't really expecting us to take out. But we do have relative equal lows with two session lows, which can be pretty prominent draw of liquidity later in the week, whenever or sometime when we start coming back down this way. This is definitely going to be a super strong draw of liquidity. These are 7 points apart, exactly down here. So that will be a prominent draw of liquidity eventually. But we do see literally right at market open how far we dumped off after pumping. And this is kind of what generated that barcode price action you see. So we dumped 154 points after pumping 100 points to the upside, and that pretty much killed the market. I mean, there was no displacement whatsoever. We came down and just kind of ran out of steam. The only thing that in hindsight I noticed was we tapped into this 5-minute fair value gap here, and then on the 1-minute time frame, we tapped into it and displaced out. And in all honesty, the only draw you could target, even if you did enter this position, was stops at this high, and then at the time the New York AM lows, which is like I like, at 50 points, sure, but it's like not something I would take for sure. And it was just a lame day. It was really quick. These two moves were really quick, and again, it really wasn't because of news, because we see when that move happened at 9 a.m. If we go over to Forex Factory, we had news at 8:30, and then we see the 8:30 candle actually. I mean, that's the 8:30 candle. It did nothing. So obviously nothing on the combines, and then nothing on the Express account, obviously, because today was just slow, terrible, didn't move anywhere. Same idea as yesterday of pumping, and then yesterday I think we just pumped or dumped and didn't really rebalance the range or we did, but it was very, very hideous how we did it. And then today we rebalanced that, and then now we're just not even dumping, we're just moving completely sideways. So it was really obvious for me. Actually, what I did do a good job of not getting faked out on was this 1-minute IFVG right here that I did see somebody take, that I will watch, or that I have seen that he did take this and just got smoked by it. And I didn't enter it. Yeah, it was this right here, and he entered early. So before this candle closed above this 1-minute fair value gap, and he literally got ripped out of that trade pretty much instantly. I wanted to see that, but I noticed that it really would have been this immediate candle, right? It would have been this V-shaped recovery, and then we rip higher. We've done that before. We've done it many times. I was thinking, okay, we can do that. And if we had a ton of draws, this high here, this high, and then this previous week high that I marked way up there. So if we were going to pump, we were going to pump, and obviously we didn't. And I noticed that after this candle closure here, we didn't close through it. We come back down. We're just forming these huge wicks. I'm thinking we're just out of volume to at least reverse this position. But, I mean, obviously we could go lower, and that's exactly what we did. And now we're just moving fairly sideways. I mean, to be fair, I didn't expect there to be much on the charts today, especially with how yesterday played out. Tomorrow we have 3 red folders at 10 a.m., so I'm interested to see how that makes the market play out. But these moves early in the AM session of ripping up and then ripping down to like today, yesterday we ripped straight down, it kills the volume in the market. There's not a lot of volatility. Obviously within those moves there is, of course, but after those moves happen, there's just nothing. It's really slow. So didn't end up taking today, as I showed on the Top Step accounts. Was really obvious to sit out today. I was really patient, and nothing really made me want to take a trade, in all honesty. So nothing today.